All right, guys, here we go. This is your replacement for a personal phone call to open your Amari box. I am more than happy to do that if you prefer, but if for some reason we can't seem to get something scheduled, I just didn't want you to have to wait until we could. So again, you've more than likely finished your reboot. Congratulations and great job. Now we're talking about moving on to the next steps of your program, and I'm going to start with the fundamentals first. Again, this is the cornerstone of your program, and inside this box, actually, I'm going to do it this way. Inside that box are the three products. We call them the Magic 3, the three products that are part of the gut-brain connection system. So we have the Mentabiotics that are right in here. We have the MentaFocus and we have the MentaSync. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about each one. We talked about this at the time of ordering, but I do not expect that you are going to remember it because more than likely we talked about a whole lot of things, okay? This Mentabiotics right here is your very special probiotic strain with the matching prebiotics and also the phytobiotics that are in there to help the proliferation or planting of this good bacteria. And those bacteria have been specifically chosen to help with stress resiliency, with motivation, with our mood state. Okay, so that is what we're talking about right here. You are going to take one scoop. You know what? I'm going to back up. These three products need to be taken together. I want you to think of them as just a package of one, even though there's three separate items, okay? I like to take them in the morning because I like to experience the benefit of them throughout the day. That being said, if you tend to work nights or if you don't do your supplements until lunch, that's okay. Just realize that whatever time that you take them, they do need to be taken together, and preferably before the day that you're about to go out and do. I have forgotten them sometimes in the morning, and then I just take them before I go to bed at night because it's important to me and I don't like to miss a dose, okay? But let's go back to what each one of these things does. We talked about your probiotics. This is going to have, again, the very specific strains in it. It's going to have your phytobiotics and your prebiotics in here in combination. We also have the product in here which is Focus, and this is going to support your brain health, your brain focus, cognition, and actually being one of the coordinating partners in this system. And then we have this little guy here. This is MentaSync. And Sync is actually about the connection or the communication between your brain, which is over here, and your gut, which is over here. This is really, really important. It has to do with your immune system, your neurotransmitters, and your hormones. So these three products, again, are your gut and your brain and the connection in between. Again, I love it if you take them in the morning, preferably together, or at lunch. If you forget them, take them at night. They will not keep you awake at night. But the key to the fundamentals is this. Consistency is going to be your reward. So if you are really looking to make this program work the best for you, I want you to commit to yourself to do it consistently and take your products. Make it a priority. If you have to remind yourself, put a reminder on your phone. If you need a sticker on the coffee maker or whatever, something that's going to help you remember to get into this pattern. And I'm telling you that the payoff is going to be really big for you. Okay? So there's the fundamentals. I do not expect that you're going to have side effects with these things, but if you do, just holler at me. And I have probably heard most of them, and I can help you walk through it. Okay? There are the fundamentals. Now, when you ordered the fundamentals, remember one of the values of the fundamentals is that it's almost like the gatekeeper to a number of other products. All of the products within the Amari line can actually be amazing all on their own. But when you couple them with the fundamentals, it's almost like we're amplifying their effect. So I'm just going to go through real quickly with the most commonly ordered products along with the fundamentals. The number one product that people typically add is Mood. And this happens to be I love Mood. I think all of you have heard me say that I absolutely love Mood. But I take Mood in combination with my fundamentals every single morning. So these to me kind of go together, okay? And Mood is actually going to be something that you can take multiple times during the day if you're having a challenging day. So for me, I start my day with Mood, but let's say that I've got a very stressful afternoon, or maybe the wheels fell off in the morning and my day is just kind of turning into that day that I'm not really enjoying and I'm starting to have it affect kind of how I'm going through my day, then I will just take an extra dose of Mood. It's not a big deal. You can take up to 3 doses of this, 4 to 6 capsules. You could even do more if you needed to. But just realize this is kind of like a life preserver or a lifeline if you're having a challenging day. So use it freely. Just know, but I start my day with it as part of my fundamentals, and then I always have some with me. I keep an extra bottle in my car, and then I have my bottle at home. So if at any point in time I'm feeling like those crunchies are starting to jump in there, I can always take an extra dose of Mood. Okay, and I encourage you to do the same thing. One of the other products, I'm going to hit energy. So another really popular product is energy. Remember, this is not just a physical lift. There's a little bit of caffeine in there, but it's a very small amount. And there's definitely going to be a physical lift, but equally important is going to be your cognitive lift, okay? So that there's the individual packet, and I take my packet and I pour it into my water bottle, which is actually a 32-ounce water bottle. So I take one packet and pour it into that 32-ounce water bottle, and then I drink on it. I try to drink at least 2 of those bottles per day. I should drink more, but I try to drink 2 of those bottles per day, and in the afternoon after lunch is typically when I put my energy in it. If you are looking for a coffee replacement, energy is fantastic in the morning. You can actually drink it hot or cold to whatever strength or concentration you'd like. On the directions it says to put it in 8 or 12 ounces of water, but again, I extend that out. But if you were going to drink it as like a hot tea in the morning, you could certainly do that, so not a problem. So again, really good physical and cognitive lift, as well as maybe even a coffee replacement for somebody who's looking for a healthier choice. Now, when would I use energy? If you tend to run into the afternoon sluggish type time, hit it beforehand. You know, if that usually hits you at about 3, about 1:30 or 2, take your energy. Or if you really want to feel the difference, wait until you have that sluggish time and then take the energy. And I think what you're going to notice is a little bit later, you're like, wow, I'm not as tired as I was before. But again, it's not that energy that kind of makes you shaky or kind of gives you the buzz. It's just a very light and very effective lift, both physically and mentally. So if you have a great presentation coming up, I love this combination, a pack of energy and 2 capsules of Mood about 45 minutes before your presentation, and I'm telling you, you will knock your own socks off as far as that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about another really popular product, and that is sleep. Sleep is not a sedative, okay? So this product actually helps you develop an increase in your own serotonin production, which helps the transfer from serotonin into melatonin. Serotonin is a precursor for melatonin, so it's really going to help you sleep at night. If you have really poor sleep habits, I would encourage you to start with 3. Okay, the bottle is going to say 2, but if you are really a challenged sleeper, I would encourage you to start with 3 on your first dosing to just see how that goes. And then we're going to back you off after a few days down to 2 because you typically won't need it. This is actually going to create new sleep patterns, as it's not a sedative. It can take a week up to 10 days to kind of kick in. Some people, I've seen it go as long as 2 weeks before people start to really find a difference. But again, that's because we're resetting the circadian rhythm in your body, because we want you to spend as much time as possible in your REM sleep and your deep sleep. And the reason that that's important is that your REM sleep is where your brain gets recharged and heals, and your deep sleep is where your body is actually kind of taking out the trash and healing your tissues and your organs and those types of things. The secret ingredient in this is actually something called corngrass, okay? And that corngrass is actually what helps with that flow of your sleep patterning. My goal with the sleep is that we increase the quality of your sleep. I can't always get you to sleep longer, but I want you to sleep more efficiently so you're getting more time in those deep levels of sleep so that you can wake refreshed. So again, normal dosing is 2, but if you are really having a hard time with your sleep, if you already have insomnia and that type of thing, then I would encourage you to start with 3, and we can talk about that. The other thing that I want you to do is create, at least in this transition period, some really good sleep hygiene. That means preferably stay off your electronics before bed, about half an hour before bed. Take a shower, take a bath, pray, meditate, take some quiet time, read a regular book as opposed to something with the blue light. Those are things that are all going to help reset your circadian rhythms, because this actually is a serotonin uptick, it's going to help serotonin increase. We don't want your body to think that it's daylight. So darker rooms, kind of toning things down, can actually signal to your body that that conversion into melatonin really needs to start so that we can help you to fall asleep. Okay? There you go for that. The other one that people take regularly is Relief, and this is my favorite form of turmeric ever. It's a very specific form of turmeric, only made in Italy, and then we combine it with boswellia. So it's a really good replacement for your Motrin or Tylenol, and it's just as fast and just as long lasting. In fact, I prefer it for most things. But in addition, it's going to be really good for your overall inflammation within your body. So if we chose Relief for you for something more than a regular replacement for your Motrin or Tylenol, that type of thing, I want you to be taking these two capsules at least one time a day. And if you're in a really high level of inflammation, 2 capsules 2 times a day. And more than likely we talked about that, but if you want to revisit it, please let me know. I prefer to take Relief if I'm using it as an anti-inflammatory product as opposed to address a specific pain. I prefer to take it before you go to bed at night, so your body has that raw material to really lower your inflammation and use it during that time where it's actually doing the cleanup from the day. If you've had a really tough workout and you know you're going to be sore, come home and take some Relief. This is a really, really great way to kind of get into that inflammatory cascade and let your body heal just a little bit. So I hope that makes sense with that. Okay guys, those are the top 4 products that are usually in consideration with your fundamentals. However, a couple more. We have your Vita GBX. This is going to be with your fundamentals or with your food in the morning. They like you to take it 2 in the morning and 2 at night. So just so the dosing on that, this is an extraordinary multivitamin. We also have your omega-3 fatty acids. If you've done with those, just follow the directions on the bottle with that. And then we also have a digestive enzyme. If you have digestive enzymes in your pack, we've probably talked about that, but I want to help you navigate when to take it. If you just want to take it as a preventative, then 2 capsules per day with your heaviest meal is a great place to start. If we're looking at any type of yeast issues or SIBO, that type of thing, we have a very specific protocol with that. Okay, that's what I have for you today. I'm going to actually make a 3rd video where we're talking about the superfoods as well as the kids line. But for right now, that's what I got. Enjoy your start on the fundamentals. Again, remember, I am always here for you. Telephone, email, or text, whatever works best for you. I'm alongside you, but I also want to make sure that you are taking ownership of this, asking the questions. There's no question that's too silly. I want to continue the education and the encouragement so that you're making the best choice possible for your health. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day, guys.